Hi guys, and welcome to episode 2 of businessbookworm.co.uk. My name's Liam Trump, and today I just wanted to start the episode by saying a massive thank you to everybody that tuned in to episode 1. Over 160 of you have tuned in to watch me talk about one of my biggest passions, which is business books, and I just want to say a massive thank you. As always, if you've got comments, please leave them below. I really want to start a discussion and talk to you and hear your thoughts on each of these books. But back to today's episode, and I'm really looking forward to talking about this book. It's a book which actually inspired me to start this. I only read it last week, and I've had my head in the sand over the past 3 years, and I wish I could go back to when the 18-year-old me would say, read this book, and it is Crush It by Gary Vaynerchuk. So if you don't know anything about him, basically he's a Belarusian-born immigrant that moved over to America, and it's a real kind of American boy done good story. He took over his dad's wine business when he was around about 20, 21, just after he graduated, and he turned it from a $3 million business per year, so pretty good anyway, up to, I think at the last count is $70 million for annual revenue, and that is just ridiculous. So I know a lot of you already know this, but when I talk about a business book, I also like to know the author has actually been there and done it and achieved. But this book isn't actually talking about how he did that, or it is in a way, but it's more talking about how he, in 2006, after running the company for WineLibrary.com for 5 years, he then completely switched tacks and went into WineLibrary.tv and really pushed on with social media. He saw it. He saw how vlogging or video booking or vlogging, whatever you want to call it, is taking off. And he said, I'm going to do this. I'm going to get in front of the camera and I'm going to talk about my passion. And that's what it's called, Crush It by Gary Vaynerchuk. Cash in on your passion. So pretty cool title as well. Like I said, it was first published in 2009, and since then it's been a bestseller on nearly every single list. Since then he's also brought out a second book called Thank You Economy, which I haven't read yet, but I've got it on list. Hopefully Santa will bring it for me for Christmas. And he's also currently writing another book called Jab, 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 Right Hook, which I'm pumped about. I can't wait to read that one as well, because this guy knows what he's talking about. He's talking about, the whole book is regarding building your personal brand and building it on social media platforms. But as he says, social media is just another name for the internet in our era right now. Internet, Web 2.0, whatever you want to call it. And he's just talking about taking advantage of all the new technologies that are coming out to really build your personal brand, build your business, and go for it. Now, social media, I know a lot of you will think that you know a lot about it, and yeah, you probably do. We've kind of come into an era where we use it all the time, but this guy will still add value to anything you do. If you are on social media, or you own your own business, or you aim to own your own business, then I would highly recommend reading this book. Out of 10, I'd vote it right up there. It's probably about 9.6, 9.7 out of 10, and I don't give away those scores easily. So, what else do I want to talk about? Well, price first of all. I bought it on audiobook. I know. I don't buy all my books on audiobook, but I do highly recommend buying this one on audiobook because it's actually narrated by Gary himself, and he is so passionate. He really gets you pumped up and fiery when you're listening to it, and it will make you do stuff like this. I started this Business Bookworm TV purely off the back of getting so fired up from reading this book, so it does do wondrous things. Like I said, social media, although it's been around now, well, since 2004, 2005 for some people, going to 2006, it's real taken off even in a more substantial way. I was talking to a CEO of a local company in Cambridge yesterday, and it took us about 30 seconds to a minute to start talking about how social media can improve his business from a student perspective. So it still really means a hell of a lot even in today's... I was talking to another guy who thought that social media had kind of gone off, but I personally don't agree. I think social media, the platforms will change. So it won't always be Facebook or Twitter or those things, but the theory and the blueprint that Gary gives you with this book will definitely be relevant for any business that you may have. So yeah, that's pretty much it from me. Like I said, I'll put the link below, so if you do fancy reading it, and I highly recommend it, just click through there, buy it on Amazon. Let me know what you think. If you have read it, please, I'd love to hear your discussion on it, because this is such a fast-moving environment. Actually, I want to just quickly talk as well about Rebel Mouse, which is a new social media platform, which is an aggregator of all your kind of social media content. This morning, just before this podcast, I basically wanted to set it up and put it on my site. So if you go to www.liamtrump.co.uk, I haven't done any design of it yet, but I've just set up Rebel Mouse on there, and it aggregates, which means pull together all of the social media content into one place and makes it look quite pretty. So have a look, and I'd highly recommend it. Check it out, rebelmouse.co.com, I think it is. Apart from that, have a great day, and I'll see you for episode 3. Thank you.